Hi everyone, welcome to Belfast, the capital and largest city in Northern Ireland, part of the United Kingdom. Belfast played a huge role in the Industrial Revolution and it is famous for its shipbuilding, including the construction of the Titanic. The city has a rich maritime history and has seen its share of political tensions during a period known as the Troubles. But today, Belfast is a vibrant modern city with lively cultural attractions, a growing tech industry and exciting art scene. In today's vlog, we'll take a short trip through downtown Belfast and go on a fascinating excursions to the Titanic Museum. So let's get started. Here is a quick look on our road today. We are exploring the city center and then heading towards the Titanic Museum, which is located along the river. It is a short but scenic journey, so let's keep moving. Okay, we have just stepped off the bus and we are in the heart of Belfast. Check out this poster behind me. It is a cover band from the 90s, which really adds a bit of nostalgia to the area. As we walk, you'll notice how the city blends its own British districts with modern architecture. On my right there is a soccer playground that looks like something straight out of an old European movie. And ahead you can see the Belfast Parliament building, located at Stormont Estate. This is where the Northern Ireland Assembly meets. Over here, on the other side of the gate, there is something you don't see every day. A wedding procession on a bicycles. How fun and unique is that? Let's talk a bit more about the Parliament building. They're designed by architects Thorley and Sir Ernest Clark in the Greek classical style. Construction began in 1928 and was completed by 1932. The building has impressive neoclassical architecture with its towering pillars, grand staircase and sweeping dome, symbolizes stability and democratic governance. It is a striking example of how architecture can reflect the values of society. Now we are on our way to Titanic Museum. The drive along the river takes about 30 minutes and it's filled with beautiful panoramic views. Just take a moment to enjoy these sights. Belfast really knows how to showcase its natural beauty. As you can see, the rain has started, but that's a typical British weather, no need to complain, it just adds the atmosphere. Off in the distance you can catch a glimpse on Titanic Museum, our destination for today. Next to the Titanic Museum you will see a ship docked by the pier. This is SS Nomadic, the last remaining White Star Line vessel which served as a tender for Titanic. It's a real piece of history, just like the museum itself. And now we are approaching the museum. Right by the entrance you will notice striking mermaid statue. It's a beautiful piece of art that adds a touch whimsy to this historical site. The museum tour begins with a series of flat screens displaying videos of the shipyard where the Titanic was built. It really sets the scene. On the tables you can see various tackles and tools used during the construction. These small details help you to appreciate the massive efforts it took to build such a legendary ship. Here we have interactive map of Titanic's journey. You can zoom in and out to see all the ports the ship was supposed to visit. It really brings the voyage to life. The next room is filled with photos and artifacts collected from the sunken ship. It is a haunting reminder of the tragedy. You can see everything from personal belongings to part of the ship's structure. Each item tells its own story. Here is a tiny mock-up of shipyards where Titanic was constructed. The attention to details is amazing. You can see the cranes, workers and even scaffolding. It really gives you a sense of the scale and complexity of the project. This exhibit features a time clock, a device used by workers to punch in and out of their shifts. It is a simple, important piece of history showing how organized and disciplined the shipyard had to be to keep everything on schedule. In the next room, we can see how the designers and constructors worked. Blueprints are projected onto the floor, showing the intricate design of the Titanic. And over here there is an interactive crane you can operate. I couldn't resist trying it out. It's a fun way to experience what it was like to work on the ship. The next part of the museum is designed to look like a shipyard itself. I hopped in a cable car that carried me through the corridor filled with historical scenes. It's like stepping back in time.
The largest passenger ship in the world, but we didn't call her Titanic then. I was there from the find your way around. There'd be workshops for every trade you ever heard of. Painters, and I did that when it could. The shell plates that made up the hull weighed up to 4.5 tons. They were taller than the daft. The plates were overlapped. So the ship would slide when they shifted her weight off the blocks. That was a hydraulic trigger.
As we exit, we come across some 3D CGI models. These give you a detailed look at the ship's layout from the engine room to the grand staircase. It is incredible to see the ship in such details. Here we have replicas of passengers' cabins from different luxury classes. It is fascinating to see the contrast between the opulent first-class rooms and the more modest third-class accommodations. And now the highlight of the tour, the CGI trip through the Titanic decks. This room makes you feel like you are actually walking through the ship. It's an unforgettable experience. This is a map of Titanic's voyage route. The exhibit also features a visualization of the Morse code messages that were sent during the catastrophe. It is a chilling reminder of the ship's final moments.
50 or 60 tons, bound down with a crash on the water. It missed the rock.
The next video shows the Titanic sinking. It is dramatic and emotional part of the tour, brings the tragedy to life in a powerful way. Here is a wall with the names of those people who perished on the Titanic. It's a sobering and sad reminder of the human cost of the disaster. The last chamber features an amazing visual show centered around the huge model of the Titanic. This fitting end of the tour, combining technology and history to leave a lasting impression. On the way out, there is a spot where you can take iconic photos. It is a fun way to capture your memories of the visit. And finally, I made it to the Titanic store where I picked up a nice souvenir. It is a perfect way to remember this incredible experience. So let's wrap up our visit to Titanic Museum. It has been a fascinating journey through the history, learning about the ship's construction, its tragic voyage, and stories of those on board. I hope you enjoyed exploring Belfast with me today and learned something new. Until next time, take care and keep exploring. Bye for now.